these ladies, and I'm a WNBA fan, they cannot have this Caitlin Clark thing up any worse if they tried. People believe.
You women out there, y'all petty, man. Hey, LeBron, you're 100% right on these girls hating on Caitlin Clark.
They had one job: celebrate a historic debut and let the game shine. Instead, the WNBA chose chaos, launching a baseless investigation that backfired spectacularly. And Charles Barkley? He wasn't having any of it. The Indiana Fever dominated. Clark made history. The crowd was electric. But just days later, the WNBA announced it was investigating claims of racist fan behavior, accusations that came with zero evidence. Suddenly, the story wasn't about basketball. It was about drama. And Barkley saw it for what it was: a complete failure in leadership and a distraction fueled by jealousy.
People believe what we say on television. Just because people don't like you or your personality, they can't get on TV and slander you. It's just total bullshit. This girl is in.
If you're tired of the jealousy, the drama, and the league dragging its feet, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's give Caitlin Clark the spotlight she's earned and call out the nonsense when we see it. Because the numbers don't lie, and neither do we. He didn't hold back. Barkley slammed the league, saying, "This ain't helping the WNBA, it's hurting it." He ripped into players like Angel Reese, who he believes are more focused on stirring controversy than lifting the league. His words hit hard. Some of these players need to stop being jealous and start being grateful. According to Barkley, Clark is doing more for women's basketball than any player in decades, and instead of rallying behind her, her own peers are trying to tear her down.
Incredible. The number of attention, eyeballs she's brought to college and the pros, and for these women to have this petty jealousness, you say to yourself, damn, what?
And the stats? They don't lie. Viewership is up 180%. Draft ratings exploded by 400%. Ticket sales jumped 93%. All of that because of Caitlin Clark. Barkley put it bluntly: she is the needle. She's not just helping herself, she's lifting the whole league. But what does the WNBA do? They focus on fake accusations instead of real progress.
What's going on here? And the thing I love about her, she never says a word. But these ladies, who I love and respect their game, they couldn't have.
When the investigation ended, it was exactly what fans expected. There was no evidence, no racist comments, no fan misconduct, just noise. But here's where it gets worse. The league never apologized. They smeared Indiana Fever fans, let the story spin out of control, and then walked away when the truth came out. No accountability, no regret. Barkley was furious. He called it self-sabotage. You've got a superstar turning the league into must-watch TV, and this is the story we're pushing? Instead of growing the game, the WNBA let petty rivalries hijack the spotlight. Fever fans felt targeted. Other fan bases piled on. And players, who should have been celebrating a historic season start, were caught in a storm the league created.
Petty, because we're the most insecure group in the world.
Oh, you are.
Y'all should be thanking that girl for getting y'all ass private charters, all the money and visibility she bringing to the WNBA.
Caitlin Clark boosted every number that mattered: ratings, tickets, sponsors, merch. She even helped the WNBA reach financial milestones years ahead of schedule. One player did that, and yet, the focus turned to baseless drama, jealousy, and division. Barkley saw it coming, and he called it out loud and clear. This wasn't just a fumbled PR moment. It was a warning. The league is standing on a goldmine and choosing to argue over it. Instead of saying thank you, some players are busy throwing shade. And the WNBA? They're letting it happen. Barkley didn't just defend Clark, he exposed the ugly truth. The league can't grow if it keeps eating itself from the inside out.
Did you ever think you'd be on Inside the NBA talking about the WNBA protecting somebody from violence?
No, I thought man, these girls getting ready to hit the lottery. I mean, this is a great time to be a woman.
Because here's the reality. Caitlin Clark isn't just another rookie. She's a once-in-a-generation star. The kind of player that gets everyone paid. The kind of player that puts the WNBA on the map. And the fact that she's being attacked for it, that's not just wrong, it's insane. Let's call it what it is: jealousy dressed up as outrage. While Caitlin Clark is rewriting the future of the WNBA, some players seem more focused on tearing her down than lifting the league up. And Charles Barkley? He's had enough of the noise. He didn't sugarcoat it. Barkley straight up accused certain players, including Angel Reese, of letting petty jealousy cloud their judgment. Instead of celebrating Clark's impact, they're dragging her name into pointless drama. And what for? Because she's outshining them? Because she's the one selling out arenas, boosting TV ratings, and bringing in fans who never cared before?
Did that Caitlin Clark don't get? Why would she hate her? Like,
But I think the media is doing that so much, it's really gonna make Angel be on that when she see her, cause she's turning into that, bro.
But it's turning their shit up.
Barkley's frustration was loud and clear. Steph Curry made people money. He didn't make people mad. Why is Caitlin Clark getting hate for doing the same thing? The message couldn't be simpler. This isn't about basketball anymore. It's personal. And it's costing the league everything. While Clark stays silent, focused, and professional, the hate around her keeps growing. She's not complaining. She's not clapping back. She's just playing. Meanwhile, others are fanning the flames with cheap shots and coded comments. Barkley sees it for what it is, a league sabotaging itself from the inside. He called out the WNBA too, saying the league is letting drama overshadow real progress. Instead of stepping in and protecting the one player putting them on the map, the league stood by and watched the circus unfold, letting the moment spiral into chaos, letting jealousy take the wheel. And here's the twist that stings the most. Clark isn't just helping herself, she's helping everyone. More exposure, more sponsors, more money. But instead of saying thank you, some of these players are acting. So the league dropped a bombshell and then quietly walked away. After a week of headlines accusing Indiana Fever fans of racist behavior, the WNBA's investigation found nothing. No slurs, no misconduct, no fan did anything wrong. And yet, no apology.
I think the WNBA, our team and our organization has done a great job supporting me. It could happen to me, it could happen to anyone, and I think they've done a great job.
Let that sink in. These fans showed up, cheered on their team, and were suddenly smeared as the problem. Not a single piece of proof ever surfaced, but they were still dragged through the mud. Barkley warned this was nonsense from the start. And now, the results proved him right. But the league couldn't even say, we got it wrong.
The WNBA just completed their investigation and they said that racist fan behavior directed at Angel Reese was not substantiated. The WNBA pulled the audio and video from fans, team, and arena staff and were not able to.
Instead, they released a cold, corporate statement saying the claims were unsubstantiated. That's it. No acknowledgement of the damage. No ownership of the media firestorm they helped create. No apology to the people they wrongly blame. The fans took the hit, and the league stayed silent. Fever supporters were furious, and rightfully so. Some even called for a boycott, because this wasn't just a mistake, it was a betrayal. These are the same fans who've been showing up game after game, buying tickets, buying jerseys, supporting the league when barely anyone else was watching. And when things went sideways, the league chose silence over accountability. Worse, this whole mess didn't just hurt the fans, it stole the spotlight from one of the most important moments in WNBA history. Caitlin Clark's debut. A record-breaking performance, a huge win for the Fever, but none of that mattered once the drama kicked in. The focus shifted from basketball to baseless allegations. The narrative was hijacked, and the league let it happen. And here's the part that stings. They had the chance to fix it, to own the mistake, to say, we jumped the gun, and we're sorry. But they didn't. They let the fans take the fall, protected the drama, and moved on like nothing happened. The result? A league that's growing in numbers but shrinking in trust. Because when you burn the very people who've supported you from day one, you don't just lose fans, you lose credibility. And the WNBA? They just showed everyone exactly where their priorities are. Charles Barkley didn't hold back. The girls need to grow up. It was blunt, it was bold, and it was necessary. Because what's happening inside the WNBA right now isn't just petty, it's self-destructive. You've got Caitlin Clark, breaking records, filling seats, pulling in new fans by the million. But instead of support, she's getting side eyes and shade from her own peers. And Barkley sees the problem loud and clear. Some of these players are too caught up in envy to recognize what's actually happening. They're watching the league explode with opportunity, and instead of embracing it, they're resenting the person driving it. It's the kind of mentality that kills momentum. While most professional leagues celebrate rising stars, the WNBA looks like it's trying to punish theirs. Barkley called it for what it is. This is why the league struggles. Too much drama. Not enough maturity. He's not talking about skill, he's talking about mindset. These aren't just locker room squabbles. They're national headline, and that's bad for business. And make no mistake, this is a business. The media rights, the sponsorships, the merch, the ticket sales, all of it depends on one thing: public interest. And right now, Clark is that interest. The spike in viewership? Her. The sold-out arenas? Her. The jersey sales, social media buzz, and late-night TV shout-outs? All tied to Caitlin Clark. She's not just bringing fans, she's rewriting what success looks like for the league. So what's the WNBA doing? Sitting back, letting the narrative spin out of control, allowing resentment to poison the locker rooms. And players like Angel Reese? Instead of recognizing the bigger picture, they're locked in ego battles that make the entire league look fractured. Barkley's been around too long to pretend this isn't serious. He's seen what happens when jealousy outshines teamwork, when ego drowns out professionalism. His warning wasn't just for Reese, it was for the entire league. You've got something special right now. Don't blow it. Because this isn't just about Caitlin Clark. It's about the message the league is sending. If a once-in-a-generation talent can't be embraced, what does that say to future stars? What does it say to fans who are just now tuning in? Or to companies ready to invest? The truth is, this drama is eating away at the league's biggest chance to level up. And Barkley knows that if they let it continue, if they keep letting petty jealousy take the wheel, they're going to drive this league straight off a cliff. So yeah, the girls need to grow up, and fast, because the world is finally watching. And if they blow this moment, they might not get another one. Steph Curry didn't just hit threes, he changed basketball forever. And according to Charles Barkley, Caitlin Clark is doing the exact same thing for the WNBA. The only difference? The NBA embraced Curry. The WNBA? They're on the verge of blowing it. Clark is the kind of player who shifts culture. Just like Steph made the deep three a normal part of every game, Clark is making women's basketball must-watch. And the numbers prove it. Viewership, ticket sales, merch, all exploding. But instead of building around her, some players are throwing shade. And the league is standing by, letting it all burn. Barkley didn't just praise Clark, he issued a warning. He said what everyone's been thinking. Steph didn't make people jealous. He made them money. Clark can do the same if you let her. That's the key. The WNBA has been begging for this moment for years, and now that it's here, some people would rather fight it than fuel it. Let's be real, Curry didn't get sidelined by envy. He got celebrated. Teammates, rivals, fans, they all knew he was changing the game. And guess what? Everyone won. TV deals got bigger. Salaries went up. The entire league grew. That's what happens when greatness is supported, not sabotaged. Now look at Clark. She's filling arenas on the road, breaking viewership records before she's even played a full season. Kids are wearing her jersey. Media outlets that never talked about women's hoops, now they lead with it. All because of her. And yet, she's under attack from her own league. Barkley sees the writing on the wall. He's seen what jealousy does to a locker room and to a business. His message to the WNBA was crystal clear. You have your Steph Curry. Don't ruin it. Because this isn't just about basketball. This is about what the league becomes next. And if they mess this up, they won't get a second shot. Charles Barkley didn't need a long speech. He just dropped the numbers. And they're insane. Draft viewership, up 400%. Regular season viewership, up 180%. Ticket sales, up 93%. Merchandise sales, skyrocketed 500%. Let that sink in. Those aren't small wins, they're historic leaps. And they all have one thing in common. Caitlin Clark. This isn't a slow, steady rise. This is a tidal wave, the kind of spike leagues dream of. And according to Barkley, the WNBA didn't earn it 3 years of branding. They got it the second Clark stepped on the floor. She didn't just join the league, she flipped the entire thing upside down. And yet, with numbers like these, people are still questioning her value, still nitpicking her game, still fueling hate and division. Barkley said it best, she's filling your arenas, making you money, and putting you on the map. And somehow, you're still complaining? The truth is, Clark is carrying the league, and the numbers prove it. She's not a rookie in terms of impact. She's a superstar from day one. And players jealous of that? They're not just being petty, they're being reckless. Because every time someone throws shade at her, they're disrespecting the exact reason the league is finally booming. This isn't just about fan buzz. This is about money, TV deals, sponsorships, growth that would have taken 5 years, happening in 5 weeks. And some of these players can't even fake a thank you. Barkley knows the game. He's seen it before. And when a league turns on the person driving its success, that's not competition. That's sabotage. Charles Barkley didn't tiptoe around it. He flat out called them out. While Caitlin Clark is pulling this league out of obscurity and into national headlines, some players are out here trying to tear her down. Barkley made it simple. You're not just attacking Clark, you're attacking your own paycheck. Let's break it down. She's bringing fans. She's drawing sponsors. She's turning casual viewers into die-hard followers. And every single player benefits from that. Every single 1. The endorsement deals, the packed arenas, the TV coverage that didn't exist last year. That's not coincidence, it's Caitlyn. So when Barkley sees players throwing shade, he calls it what it is, self-sabotage. He's seen enough locker room jealousy in his career to know where it leads, nowhere. This isn't about who's the better player. It's about who's bringing value to the entire league. And right now, Clark's doing that on her own, while taking hits from the very people who should have her back. Barkley's tone said it all. She's helping you. She's making you money. And instead of saying thank you, you're treating her like the enemy? It's backwards. The league finally has a spotlight, and some of the players are too busy throwing shade to step into it. He warned them plain and clear. Steph Curry changed the NBA and everyone celebrated. Clark's changing the WNBA, and they're acting like it's a problem. That's not how growth works. That's how momentum dies. And here's what makes it worse. Clark isn't bragging. She isn't clapping back. She's showing up, doing the work, and letting the results speak. Meanwhile, others are on podcasts and press conferences, stirring controversy for attention and killing their own market in the process. Barkley's right. The real mistake isn't just attacking Clark. It's not realizing she's the reason they're all finally being seen. Charles Barkley didn't sugarcoat it. He called the entire mess exactly what it is, jealousy-fueled drama. And he's right. What's happening in the WNBA isn't a rivalry, it's a meltdown. And it's happening at the worst possible time. This league has fought for decades just to be noticed. It's clawed for airtime, begged for sponsorships, and pushed for basic respect. And now, when the spotlight finally shows up, some players want to turn it into a high school popularity contest. Barkley said it best, "You've got something special, so why are you trying to destroy it from the inside?" Instead of focusing on the game, they're fixated on personal beefs. Instead of building unity, they're throwing side eyes and jabs. And instead of turning this moment into growth, they're feeding petty distractions that nobody outside the league cares about. Barkley sees it clearly. This isn't just emotional. It's bad business. He's seen real growth before. He watched the NBA explode when stars stopped bickering and started thinking long-term. Steph, LeBron, Kobe, they understood the value of the brand, of protecting the league first. Barkley's message to the WNBA? Put your feelings aside and protect the bag. Because here's the truth, jealousy doesn't sell ticket, unity does. And all this drama? It's pushing fans away. It's making sponsors nervous. It's turning the story from excitement into dysfunction. The media isn't talking about the plays or the highlights. They're talking about tweets, cheap shots, and fake outrage. Barkley's right to be frustrated. The league finally has what it's been chasing for years: buzz, growth, attention. And somehow, they're more focused on backroom grudges than turning it into a global brand. If these players don't wake up soon, the moment will pass. And when it does, they'll only have themselves to blame. So let's be honest, this isn't about basketball anymore. It's about whether the WNBA wants to grow or stay stuck in the shadows. Caitlyn Clark is doing everything right. She's producing, she's pulling in money, and she's putting the league on the map. And yet, instead of protecting that momentum, some players are tearing it apart from the inside. Charles Barkley sees it, the fans see it, and deep down, you see it too. This league has a choice to make: ride the wave Clark created, or drown in the drama. Because if jealousy keeps winning, then the WNBA loses. And the ones throwing shade? They're not helping, they're holding everyone back.